Malachi 1 and 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai have indignation forever. Call Halayim La Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai Bahasham Rechah HaKadosh. Double honors and salutations to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone that taught us the truth, that rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect and to the 1/3 men, women, and children of Israel. And to the Israelite foreigners who has the appearance of the heathens, but their lineage, their seed lines from their fathers goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom. This is the brother Hawashai Abadia, Jim at Chicago, and I want to title this video the Digital Renaissance. All right, the Digital Renaissance, and just want to jump right into it, man. Hey, we're living in a day and age where Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, all right, they're trying to set their new world order up. Of course, the digital ID, which is mandatory in Europe now, which will be coming to the shores of America, all right, to set up the your credit credit system, pretty much, all right, and then eventually to the MOTB, Mark of the Beast, the Charagma, the Revelation 13 to 16. And what they're really trying to do is extend their birthright, because Esau Edom, he sold the birthright, okay? And it was all set up in the spirit by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Romans 9 tells you that. Romans 9 and 11 on down tells you that about that. And he wants to keep it. You know, who don't want to stay on the throne forever? But this devil, his time is coming to an end, right? And the thing about it, I thought about this with the I saw this title right here. It said, is it not interesting how NATO borders are almost similar to the Roman Empire's borders? All right, now I ain't gonna go all into it or whatnot, but you know, the title itself was, you know, all what I needed, right? And so I want to, you know, go off of the spirit of that, right? It says here, it says, no, the borders are not nearly the same. NATO is somebody, you know, it's not going to be exactly to the T same. All right, but let's just get the maps real quick. All right. It says, while NATO and the Roman Empire have very different memberships, NATO, all right, includes North America, Rome, North Africa. All right, the main similarities on maps lies in their shared focus on controlling core European territories. Okay, and we know who runs that, who rides the beast, is America, and the beast is NATO and the EU. Okay, so as you see, there are similarities. There are similarities. All right, you got the map. See, you got the map in the Roman Empire. So now let's go back to the scripture. So we're living in the last leg of the Roman Empire. All right. And when you go into this, let's go into the word Renaissance. It means rebirth of the Greco-Roman, right? Classic Greco-Roman Empire. All right. And who started the Greek Empire? Alexander, the so-called Great. All right, he's a Edomite. His seed line from his father Philip goes back to the Agagites, man. All right, and they were Edomites. Okay, they go back to Amalek, right? So we know that it means rebirth, right? So now let's read this again. Malachi 1 and 4. This is concerning Edom. I'm just going to jump straight to the point. It says, Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Now, they were ran into those caves, all right, before the Byzantine Empire, all right, the Caucasus Mountain. That's why they call themselves Caucasians, man. All right, and Israelites were ruling, what was that, the Eastern Roman Empire, all right, while they were in those caves. Jake, during the Byzantine Empire, the Middle Ages, Dark Ages, what they call it, all right, while they were ooga in the caves. It says, we are impoverished, but we will return. See, return, rebirth. All right. Hey, what did Biden pump a couple of years back? Build back better. All right. Yeah, you even in those what's that, natural disasters, what do Esau say? We're not going anywhere. We're gonna build back. Nah. That's their spirit. And when you think about that build back better, hey, those two smaller case B's, what do they look like, man? 3 6s. Okay. It says, we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. They are the children of Satan, man, the adversaries of righteousness. This is how they run their world. All right. How you know it's their world? Job 9:24. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? All right, it is the Edomites, so-called self-proclaimed white people. There's no such thing as white nor black people. It says, the people against whom the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, have indignation forever, which is righteous anger, man. All right, and they don't want to let that go at all. Let's grab the book of Psalms 49 and 10. It reads 11, Slaki. It says, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names, just like America. America was named after Amerigo Vespucci, an Edomite, man. All right, if I'm not mistaken, he's an Italian traveler or something of that nature. All right, and that's what America was named after, man. All right, Scipio Africanus. That's where Africa was named after. All right, so that's what they do, man. The Bible is on point, man. Gives their characteristics of how they get down, and remember, Esau got the blessing. He got the fatness of the earth. All right, and his other blessing was the sword, which is in Genesis chapter 27. Right. So now, what is he trying to set up? The MOTB, all right, which is what? The mark of the beast, Revelation 13 and 16, right? But before I grab that, let's grab this, Habakkuk 2 and 5. No, I'll start at 3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end, we're at the end, okay? And we're going into what? What's that? Second Esdras 6 and 9. All right. Esau is the end of the world, the end of this age, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Right. It says, but at the end it shall speak. All right. We're at the end. Okay. And it's speaking through prophecy and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Behold, his soul, which is lifted up. Look at the NLT. It says, look at the proud. We know that Edomites are the most proud people on earth, man. Okay. Get out of my country. It says his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright. See, he's unrighteous in him. But the just shall live by his faith. That's the elect, man. The Israelites. Yeah, because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keeper at home. All right, military bases all over the earth, man. Who enlarge his desire as hell and is as death. Just look at the cartoon that says man. All right, and cannot be satisfied. All right, they have everything but still want your soul via what? The microchip, man. Okay. It says, but gather unto him all nations and heap unto him all people. Okay. And how is he going to do that? By having you on a grid, man. All right. That matrix, New World Order, be able to just have control over your very thoughts. Because once you take that Karama, you've bowed down to Satan, man. All right. Let's grab the book of Daniel, because we're at the end of this thing, man. And it shows you that in Daniel 2. I'm going to start, and going to the four kingdoms, that Daniel saw, right? It tells you about Rome. See, look, the secret is revealed to Daniel. All right. It goes through, let me grab it real quick here. The king's dream, right? Daniel broke it down. Babylon, the first kingdom. Okay. Now we're in the virgin daughter of Babylon, Medo-Persian, and the Greece. All right. That kingdom. Now Rome, right? Now let's read this, because we're in the last leg of the Roman Empire, right? Because if you want to go off of this, hey, we're supposed to be in the kingdom of heaven right now. No, the Roman Empire was what? They rebuilt it during the what? Renaissance period, rebirth, right? And now they're going into the fourth industrial revolution, man. The digital revolution, their technocracy. It says, and the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron break in pieces and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these, shall it break in pieces and bruise. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes part of the potter's clay, this describing that statue, okay, and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided. All right. If Satan's kingdom be divided, how can it stand? All right. And those are what this is representing is you have strong countries in the NATO and EU, and then you have smaller countries in that, right? It says, but there shall be in it the strength of the iron, like I just said, for as much as thou saw the iron mixed with miry clay, the weak nations. Okay, and the weak nations they're going to go over to with Russia and China, man. Okay, because America runs the beast. They that's that whore that sits on rides the beast, man. It says, and as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. Salakia. Yeah. So let me read this again. It says, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. Now, this is the point right here, the divine kingdom. This is the kingdom on earth as in heaven. All right. Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of that followeth. All right. See there? Rome. We're in the last leg of the Roman Empire, right? The divine kingdom. All right. See, Esau, he think his kingdom is going to rule forever. No, the Lord didn't write it that way. It says, and in these days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom. Esau, the Lord set up Esau kingdom. All right. Through how? Through Isaac. Isaac gave the temporary blessing to Esau. That's what he cried bitterly about. And he's still crying bitterly. This is why he has a perpetual hatred for us. Because he know we got the kingdom next. And what is he trying to do? He's trying to set up his digital renaissance. And it ain't going to work. All right. It says, and in the days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. And the kingdom shall not be left to other people. All right. Genesis, dumbasses, talking about heathens going to judge us and they're going to get salvation. No. The salvation is only for Israel, man. That comes with the new covenant. It says, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. All right. So that's the good news, man. That's the good news. And let's grab what's that? Revelation. So they're gonna have the digital ID to set up the credit-based system. All right. And through that technology, that technocracy, okay, is going to come with the M to the O to the T to the B. All right. Let's grab look at that, the beast. All right. And we know who the beast is, the EU and the NATO, right? And who's the red dragon? That red dragon is that Roman Empire. All right. What do I want? What do I want? It'd be so much, man. Slovakia. All right. I'll read it. I'll start at 14. It says, and the sea. Well, I'll start at 13. I'll start at 12. It says, and he exercised all the power. Slovakia for that noise. Satan, man. And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, right? That Roman Empire, right? And caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And Rome was a major influence on the world, all right? The Western Roman Empire, okay? Where did that derive from? The Greco-Roman Empire, all right? The Edomites, starting with Alexander the Greek. The Macedonian. All right. His father was Philip the Macedonian. That goes back to the Edomites. And he do great wonders so that he make fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. All right. His nuclear warheads. All right. Their lasers that they have. And deceive them that dwell on earth by the means of those miracles. And what's one of those miracles? AI. All right. His technology, which he had power to do in the sight of the beasts, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. Renaissance, see? Rebirth. All right, and we're in the last leg of it. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. All right, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. All right. Which some of us are going to be beheaded for it, and we're going to be separated. All right. Because if you don't have that microchip that's getting ready to go into, that microchip is likened to the Social Security number. If you don't have a Social Security number, you can't live in this society. Right. But the Social Security number is not, it doesn't go inside of you. Right. Verse 16, it says, and he calls all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, all right, that mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 636. And like I said, with Biden, he had that Build Back Better. All right. When you look at Build Back Better, those are when you put smaller case B's, they look like 6, man. So the Lord gives us a lot of little nuggets, man, to reveal this devil in these times that we're living in, man. All right. When you go into that statue, matter of fact, let's grab this statue. That statue of the beast, man. Yeah, this it right here. See that? That's that statue in Daniel. That Daniel was breaking down, man. Medo-Persian. All right, which is Russia. That's Russia today. All right, that's where they are. All right, the Greek Empire, the leopard. All right, Roman Empire, the dragon. See? Divided kingdoms. That's where we're living in now. We at the toes, baby, and Yahushua's that stone getting ready to destroy it. So yeah, the digital renaissance is not going to work. All right. Hey, and call Layim La Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai Bahasham Rachaha Kadash. Double honors and salutations to the apostles and elders. Lord willing, it was edifying. Shalom.